Hello, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. My name's Hussein. Happy to be with you. Happy to be with me. Hope you're having a good day. Hello, Tiger. Hello, Marion. Hello, Abla. God bless you guys. Uh, yes, looking forward when Tiger comes here. We'll do a live stream together. So, yeah, just crazy day on the if you guys remember what I did yesterday, about these guys, about these Australian nurses. And the guy even, I mean, he's got an Australian wristband, that's an Australian flag there. And yet he said those vile things about the Jews yesterday and her. And I don't know if you guys saw the video where they interviewed him. They were trying to talk to him, and he covered his head with the t-shirt so that you couldn't see his face. He was so ashamed. And her, uh, um, his mother came out, I think, and she was saying she was shaken and she didn't know what was happening and was scared. Um, and he but with her family, the girl's family right there, her family, reporter went to their house, and the mother chased the reporter off. It was just chasing chasing him off in Australian English, but wearing a hijab. And then I guess it was her father came and took the guy's phone and everything. But then her uncle talked to the media, and her uncle says, "Oh, she's so good. She's so nice. She's been doing this for years, and she loves people. She'd never hurt nothing or anybody." Yeah, he covered his head. Um, Part of the smoke screen. Yeah. Oh, the flag is part of the screen. Okay, so it's not part of the. Really, it looks. Oh, okay, okay. So he's not wearing it. Okay. So anyway, yeah, they really prime minister got involved. The leader. You know what? But you know what, you guys, judging by what I've saw, they are not willing to identify what is behind this. The Australians are still timid, and I don't think they're going to identify, even though they know what the problem is. They're not going to say what the problem is, and they're going to keep trying to. They're not going to say that Islam has anything to do with this, even though it very clearly does have a lot to do with this, but they're not going to be able to. And so they're going to keep saying, oh, it was some psychological issue, or they had post-traumatic stress, or you know the prime minister has been slack on it. Whenever I saw an interview with some people, and they're saying that this prime minister is a wimp. And you know what, though? um, what's so scary about this is, especially for Jews in Australia, the one guy, the guy who did the interview, the Jewish guy from Tel Aviv, he said, if I get sick and I go to the hospital, how can I trust them to put me under anesthesia? How can I trust them to put me under anesthesia? You know, if this is the way they feel about Jews, and if people don't trust it, you know what? Like, if I don't trust a barber, I'm not gonna go get, let him put a blade next to my neck, to shave me. And And I can't imagine if you need to go to the doctor, and you don't trust them. So, oh yeah, be careful, Habla. I know it's so crazy. It really is. It really is crazy. Well, you know what they say in the Middle East? They say first Saturday, then Sunday. First get the Jews, then the Christians. And the Christians still think the Muslims love them in the Middle East. They think the Muslims are just in love with them. The Christians in Iraq, they found out, because they were under that delusion that the Muslims loved them so much. And then when ISIS came in, the Muslims turned on them, and they started telling the ISIS this is where the Christians live and stuff like that. So, well, you guys, yeah, we got to keep fighting while we can. There's a point at which the Antichrist comes, and at that point, Jesus said that the stuff like this is going to happen. But while we can, we fight. While we can, we stand up. And and in Australia, they still have the rights, they still have the laws, even though there's a very antichrist government right now. And but you know what? Judging by what I heard today, I don't have great hopes that they're going to take care of this, because they're avoiding the issue. They're avoiding what is it that causes this kind of hatred in our society. What has happened to our society that we have these kinds of problems? But they don't want to say what the problem is. They know what it is, but they're not going to say it. It's like he was manifesting when his wife, just to come and see Andrew Murray. I love Andrew Murray. Yes, I love Andrew Murray. He has some wonderful books about the presence of God and practicing the presence of God. So yeah, I don't have a lot of hope that they're going to do the right thing in Australia, and so let's hope. Let's hope that they will. So I haven't seen. I saw earlier today the news. I haven't seen anything new. If I see anything new, I will. I'll present. In fact, let's just go ahead and look right now, real quick, and see if there's anything new in the news about this. I think the guy's name is Rashad Ahmed. Rashad Ahmed, nurse, Australia. Okay, nurses suspended. They haven't fired them. They just suspended them. You know what's scary, you guys, is that the guy said that he killed Jews at the hospital. He says, you know how many of these dog Israelis came to this hospital, and he said he killed Israelis who went to that hospital. And there was a reporter lady that talked to him when he was covering his head, and she asked him, she said, did you kill any Israelis in the hospital? Why did you say that? And so they have to go back now. They have to go back now and look at everybody that these two nurses helped at the hospital. They have to go back and see every single one of them to make sure that they didn't do anything to them if they were Jewish. Can you imagine this? I mean, what the heck? And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if the Jews who had been to that hospital don't all file a class action lawsuit against the whole medical system, just saying, we trusted you with our lives, and you got these two terrorists who were trying to kill us. You guys hired these guys, and maybe some of the people will recognize those nurses and say, wait a minute, I know he gave me a shot or something. Dang, this thing is huge, you guys. And are there others like them? Are there others like them? Jeez, you guys, this thing explodes. It is so huge in all of Australia. And not just in Australia, because like I said, in England, they had that guy that was on Piers Morgan. He was a doctor in the state welfare medical system there in England. And he went on Piers Morgan talking about how he supports, he celebrated October 7th and everything like that. And but he's been reinstated. England just reinstated and said, oh yeah, go ahead, kill some Jews, England is, yeah. Dude, this is really getting very crazy because they won't identify the problem. The problem is Quran 9:29, the Quran 9:5. They don't want to identify the problem. And so as long as they do that, they're just going to be saying, well, we stand by our patients and we love our patients and we love the Jews and we do and all this stuff, but they're not going to deal with the problem. And they're afraid to deal with the problem. So, and judging by what I heard today from the Prime Minister and all those people, I tell you, I don't think they're going to deal with it. All the tough sounding talk, but when it came to dealing with the Islam, the religion issue or Islam, they all skirted. They all kind of just had, beat around the bush. They won't deal with it. So I tell you what, they're going to wake up, and it might be too late then. Very scary situation. So let me just look real quickly, see if there's anything new in the news.
He was joking.
Oh, of course. Yes, of course. There was also the fact that the guy said he was joking. I forgot about that. Of course, that totally changes everything. He was joking. So let me just. Let me see if. Sorry, I gotta watch these stupid commercials.
They have to look at all the banks. Muslims make banks for Jewish accounts.
It's crazy. I mean, really. I don't think as a Jew, you know what? I think the Jews are going to leave Australia. They're just going to leave Australia because they can't get medical care there. And the only place that's safe for them is Israel. And it makes me think God said that he's going to gather them. And this may be the way it happens, One thing. Oops, what's going on? Okay. So he has stood down, and his female colleague. Okay, here's the picture of him covering his face. Okay, this girl was trying to interview him, and he's covering his face with his t-shirt. And she asks him, did you kill any Jews? The confrontation comes after earlier revealed that it's not the first time he's made headlines. He also made headlines when he was in high school because he came from Afghanistan, and he was just talking about how thankful he was to be in Australia, and there they are, and it's like, but then the police, they're trying to throw them a lifeline by saying that the video was edited a little bit. That's him when he got a job there at the hospital, and what's interesting to me too is that the leader of the hospital, He says, there is no way he will ever work at this hospital again. Well, at this hospital or any hospital? I mean, you're going to let him get a job at some other hospital? You know? You know, it's just crazy, man. Seriously, I don't think I would trust to go to that hospital. You know? So, anyway, doesn't look like there's anything new, like any new news yet. But I'll try to keep an eye on things. See, family of said she. Okay, this is from New York Post. Family of viral anti-Semitic nurse who were threatened to kill Jewish patient says that she was set up. So her family is saying she was set up. You know, if you watch the way she was talking, it doesn't look like she was set up, okay? If you look at the way she was talking, she was very adamant. She kept telling the guy, look at my face. Look at my face, because when you're in hell or whatever, it's vile. I know they're saying that her uncle was saying that she's having panic attacks now. She's having really serious panic attacks. And, but if you saw the way her mother was kicking the reporter out, said, this is a free country. How dare you come here? You know? Yeah, it'll be. Yeah. I tell you what, it's scary to be a Jew in Australia right now. I mean, there's been so many attacks against the Jews in Australia. And I say that with shame, because I know how strong the Palestinian community is in Australia, and, I have relatives there and everything. And so, yeah, but they're concerned about her panic attacks. Yeah. And so, and he said it was a joke. He said it was a joke. And she said, but they hadn't pressed any charges on them yet. So, I get the feeling they're not going to do nothing. I have a really bad feeling they're not going to do nothing. I think they're too wimpy. And, it takes somebody like Trump to go over there and, they're suspended. They're suspended. How come they're not fired? Community condemns anti-Semitic attacks. Vision emergence of anti-Semitic video. What? Daily Telegraph. Let me just look here, see if it says something that... Okay. Here, let's look at this together. Just look at this together. And you guys, I think I'm going to try to get Robert Spencer on next week. And specifically to talk about this situation. And because Robert Spencer, he has dealt with a lot of stuff like this. Okay, content creator Max Pfeiffer hands over full video of the... Okay, because the police said they wanted the whole video. Okay, police say the full video of the two nurses filmed in the sickening anti-Semitic rant will be critical in laying charges. The two nurses are yet to present themselves to investigators for questioning, instead hiring lawyers to negotiate. And you saw the lawyer, you guys. I don't know if you saw the lawyer. His name was Muhammad Sakar. And he said that Nader is very sorry. He's very sorry for offending Jews and anybody. The two nurses, okay, After the emergence of the horrifying video Wednesday, detectives swiftly began investigating the Bankstown Hospital employees. But the Australian, that's a publication, has revealed the pair are yet to speak with police. Instead, they each hired lawyers who are negotiating with detectives about when and how they will be questioned. Content creator Max Pfeiffer, who uploaded the video, spoke with police and has agreed to hand over the full unedited version of the video conversation, which he recorded Tuesday night. He will also give a formal statement. Ms. Webb told ABC Radio Sydney that she had seen so far appeared to constitute a hate crime. Hate crime. You guys, I don't know if you guys saw the video where some guy hit me last Friday, but when the police came, they asked me if I wanted to, because the guy hit me while I was preaching the gospel and I had a cross, I could have elevated the charge against him from battery to a hate crime. I said no. I said just the battery is enough, but I don't think they're going to catch him anyway. Okay, detectives working under the Strike Force Pearl, seized the CCTV from the hospital as well. The union slammed for shameful statement. What? A powerful union has been slammed for a shameful statement it issued in response to the video. On Wednesday, the Australian Nursing and Midwifery Federation distributed a media release after the shocking vision emerged of Ahmed Rashad and Sarah Abulebde. The two nurses who have been stood down from their duties at the hospital are now facing a police probe. The union, which says it's the largest in the country, started its statement by saying it condemns all forms of racism, bigotry, and hatred, including acts of anti-Semitic and Islamophobia. But I'm curious what the statement is that people slammed. Oh, Islamophobia. They added Islamophobia into it. We are appalled at the video. That type of hate is simply unacceptable, cannot be tolerated, including acts of Islamophobia. Okay, so I guess it's because they mentioned Islamophobia right next to anti-Semitism. The reference to Islamophobia in specific response to the video angered Australian Jewish Association, which said the union is part of the problem. Since October 7th, we have seen leftist nursing organizations do nothing about the anti-Israel activism and anti-Semitism in their midst, the group said. Jewish hospital staff and patients have been harassed as a result of your complicity. It went on to call the union a shameful disgrace. Unions are generally left-wing, so, every kind of disgrace, instead of just condemning anti-Semitism. There is no major issue of Islamophobia in Australia's healthcare system. In fact, nurses who threaten Jewish patients are both Muslim, Mr. Gregory said. Peter Dutton has called for a national discussion about the inadequacies of the migration system that granted citizenship to one of the nurses caught in the tirade. The opposition leader unloaded on Mr. Nader and Ms. Abulebde in an interview. Mr. Dutton said he was deeply concerned that Mr. Nader, who he said hates our country, could get through the net and be granted citizenship. It's an outrage, and we've got big problems in this country when someone like that can become an Australian citizen. The nurse came to Australia as a refugee from Afghanistan when he was 12 and was naturalized in 2020. Mr. Dutton indicated support for stripping him of that citizenship. To take citizenship or strip citizenship from somebody there are constitutional constraints, and at some stage our country has to have the discussion. I think about the way in which the whole migration system works. Okay. Well, what? Anti-Israel nurse led martyrdom prayer? One of the nurses under police investigation over the vile anti-Semitic rant filmed inside a Sydney hospital can be seen in a resurfaced clip leading a mosque in a martyrdom prayer. Video has emerged of Mr. Nader reciting the martyrdom prayer just months before he accepted his Australian citizenship. His brother uploaded the video to YouTube, showing the 27-year-old passionately singing in elegy in honor of martyrdom of Hussein ibn Ali in the fabled Battle of Karbala. Wow, so this guy's religious. This is in the mosque, you guys, this picture right here. He's in the mosque reciting the martyrdom of Hussein prayer. The video was deleted from YouTube yesterday, but a copy was obtained and published by the Daily Mail. Dang. Shoot. You know, one thing they don't talk about is Abu Lebde, Miss Abu Lebde, what country she's from. They're not saying very much about, her family. Are they Palestinian? I think they are Palestinian. They sound like it. While they have been stood down by that particular hospital, Mr. Butler said he wanted to ensure authorities lock these people out of the health system entirely. I'm advised by the government that the relevant authority that has responsibility for their registration as nurses has been asked to consider an interim suspension. I'm worried that even though they have been suspended, I don't want them working in another private hospital or an aged care facility. Okay, each state has authority to suspend registrations. Pro-Palestine images scrubbed. I know there was a t-shirt, one of them wearing a t-shirt with pro-Palestine right there. That was the girl. This is the Ahmed Rashad's Australian citizenship certificate. Your clip triggered the national. Well, you guys, wild, very scary. And it's very scary, you guys, because he says in that video that he killed Israelis. Okay. Oh, this kid right here is the brother of the nurse, of the female, Sarah. It looks like the other guy, but no, this is her brother. And he's saying his sister was set up. Okay. She was provoked. She snapped. Anyone would. That's what her brother said. To hear those things, it's too much. But he cut that part out and made it look like she just said that. She was provoked. She snapped. Anyone would. And then Mr. Nader's lawyer said he had given a sincere apology to Mr. Pfeiffer and the wider Jewish community. This is what the lawyer said. He understands what has happened. He is trying to make amends with what has happened. He has never appeared before court in relation to any criminal matters. He is a person of prior good character, Mr. Sucker said. He's apologized for the action. He apologized for his words. Whether he had the mental capacity at the time of an alleged offense to commit an offense, that is a matter for the courts. Talking to the Daily Telegraph, Mr. Nader said, "It was a joke, a misunderstanding. I will use social media, anything to apologize, but I need to go and see the detective first." Sorry, not sorry. Okay. All right. Well, shoot. Well, they really, you know, you know, hi, Islam is my identity. Um, what do you think about that? What do you think about this? What do you think about these guys doing this? What do you think about what they said? I know that Muhammad taught stuff like that. Do you agree with this? Islam is my identity? What do you think Islam is my identity? Are you willing to comment on this? I mean, this is pretty vile, right? You know, just in case you haven't seen it, Islam is my, I'm so sick of seeing that video. I've seen it so many times today. Um, but, I have no time to answer your lies. I am busy having a laugh. The Pakistani Christian. Oh, you're just a vile 12-year-old. Um, you know, is it funny what your brother and sister said here about the you know what, Islam's my identity? You really need to come up and show your face. It's so easy to be a keyboard jihadi, to say all that kind of stuff, from behind the keyboard. But and I know you're not brave. I know you're a wimp and you're scared to death. But I was listening to Christian Prince today, and a guy came up and said, "I'm ISIS. I am ISIS, and I'm a Booba Daddy, and all this stuff." And Christian Prince said, "Oh, you are? Okay. Put on your camera so we can see your face." And he goes, "Oh, my camera's not working today. Oh, my camera doesn't work." Really? That's the way you are. Islam is my identity. You say these vile, disgusting things, but you're a chicken. You're a total KFC chicken, man. You won't even come up here and let us hear your voice. So yeah, disgusting. So anyway, guys, all of that. Um, I don't think there's anything new besides this. The guy said it was a joke. He covered his head. Uh, he's offering a sincere apology, according to his lawyer. And then the girl said, that she's having panic attacks. So and Australia doesn't want to be Islamophobic. Multicultural services. Um, so wow. Well, actually, there was quite a bit of information in that. So great article there, Daily Telegraph. Um, let's see this one. I was actually going to do today's episode about something else, but there does seem to be some information. Content creator hands over the full video. Okay, no, I think I already did this one. Okay. Okay, Israeli officials demand the firing of those. Good luck with that powerful union. A powerful union. It's almost impossible, like, to fire someone in America. When they got union, because you got to go through so much. It's like you get a teacher who's a terrorist or something. You can't get rid of them because they got tenure. So Israel's ambassador to Australia, Amir Maimoun, said Wednesday, with New South Wales Premier Chris Minns expressing shock over the video showing two healthcare workers employed in a hospital in a state expressing hatred towards Israelis and Jews, even boasting that they send them to hell. The viral video showed them boasting about killing Israeli patients, refusing to treat them, distributing an appalling video circulating this morning. Okay. I spoke with New South Wales Premier Chris Minns earlier today and was assured that all necessary measures will be taken. This is unacceptable, has no place in society. They violated the Hippocratic Oath, which is harm nobody, spoke of murdering Jews, and exposed real racism. So, Ahmed Rashad Nader and Sarah Lebde, identified by the BBC as siblings, were recorded in the video. So the BBC is saying they're siblings? That's brother and sister? He added, I'm so upset that you're Israeli. Eventually you're going to get killed and go to Jahannam, inshallah. He said, inshallah. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, this isn't the subject that I wanted to talk about today, but unfortunately, this is a subject that's a very crazy article. God bless you, Blackwater. It's good to see you, brother. God bless you, man. Yep, this is one of those cases where it is the usual suspects. A lot of times it's not that way, but it is in this case. So, all right, you guys. Well, you know what? I'm feeling really tired, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm not going to do the topic that I was going to do, which is that the Father calls Jesus Elohim and Yahweh. I will do that tomorrow. I'm also doing another topic tomorrow. By the way, guys, in a few weeks, I'm going to have David Wood on. And so David Wood is going to come and I've done many, many episodes with him on when I had a TV show. He used to come on all the time, but he hasn't been on my live stream. I've been on his live stream, but he hasn't been on mine. So it'll be a real blessing to have him here. And so, and then hopefully next week we'll have Robert Spencer as well. And I'm looking forward to having Robert Spencer to talk about this topic, because Robert Spencer, I don't know if you guys know this, one time him and his, he was doing a Draw Muhammad contest in Texas, a Draw Muhammad contest. And all right, Truth Defender. And when they did that, some terrorists from Phoenix, Arizona, went down to Texas to shoot everybody up. And the FBI was there, and there was security that protected the people there. And they ended up, but there was a shootout, and they ended up killing the two guys from Phoenix. And okay, Vigo, thank you. Yeah, it's temporary, I don't know if you guys know, they put my video, where I got hit last Friday. They put my video on their what's it called, Twitter. It's called X now, yeah. And they put my the video of me getting hit, and it's got like 80,000 views on it. And then David Wood took it and put it on his, and it got another 60,000 views. And then several other people have put it on. I mean, it's got like over 200,000 views now, that video. So, I didn't. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I will ask them if they would like to come. I'd love to have them come on. It'd be an honor to have them. They're amazing. They, what's amazing about them is they both speak Arabic. And she's an ex-Muslim. He's not an ex-Muslim, but they both speak Arabic. And I think he may speak Aramaic too. I'm not sure. But because they both speak Arabic and they really understand, Islam. I mean, with the original, Islam and stuff. So there's such a blessing. They're such a blessing to the body of Christ and to the Christian apologists who are addressing Islam, because they know the Arabic. So yeah, really. So cool. Let me see. All right. And tomorrow we're also going to have another topic too. So we'll have at least two topics tomorrow. We're going to be talking about today's topic, which is the Father called Jesus Elohim and Yahweh. And we're also going to be talking about 7 reasons why Muhammad is, why Deuteronomy 18 is about Muhammad, not. Okay, I'm proud of my country, Pakistan. I'm proud of bringing Islam to. Can't do anything about. Well, Pakistan's into bad. You're gonna have to. If you bring, you don't have to bring it. It's already here. But that if somebody leaves Islam, that you're gonna have to kill them. According to Muhammad. And you should be proud of your country, Pakistan, because you're Pakistani. You should be proud of your country. I'm not saying, but I mean, you love your people and everything like that, and even though there's the bad stuff, there's also very good stuff. Very beautiful people in Pakistan, and I know that. I mean, I've talked to Christians from Pakistan, and they love the country. This is beautiful people, except for, then when the radicals come and then and do those terrible things. Islam, everything that Islam touches, unfortunately, it sends it back to the Stone Age. And so, but, it's not a national thing or a racist thing, but, yeah, I'm not sure where I was going with that. I was going somewhere with it, but the problem is not Pakistan. The problem is Islam, because wherever Islam goes, it does. And Pakistan seems to be more susceptible to the teachings of Muhammad than other countries. It's more obedient to the Sunnah than a lot of other countries are. So, and by the way, Islam is here already, but the good thing, proud Pakistani, the good thing is that 25% of the Muslims who come to America become Christians. They leave Islam. 25%. And I'm one of them. So so thankful for America, and so if they come here, 25% of them become Christians, and it's growing. It's growing. And we were just watching a video from Friendly Ex-Muslim, and he's saying there was a video of this guy who's a so-called revert, an American who became Muslim, and he said that hundreds of young Muslims tell him that they have left Islam already, but they still go to the mosque, they lead prayers in the mosque, they do the educational teaching others about Islam, and they've memorized the whole Quran, but they left Islam. They're not Muslim, they're apostates. But they still pretend that they're Muslims because they're afraid. Islam says that if you leave Islam, you'll be killed. So they're scared. But that's but they're leaving Islam. So they're coming here, but fortunately their kids are leaving Islam. Praise be to God. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Their kids are leaving it. I wish that was the case in Europe. I don't know. I hope that's the case in Europe too. I hope so. I'm not 100% sure though. I don't know. But in America, 25%, 1/4 of the Muslims who come here leave Islam. Praise be to God. Thank goodness. So come to America, Pakistani. You'll leave Islam too. And yes, a lot of them are apostate prophet. Yes. All right, you guys. Well, we've been on for almost an hour. We made it almost an hour. I didn't think I'd last that long. So it's because it's a very interesting topic. With this, let these guys. I wish it'd be really unbelievable if they don't fire them. It says they're suspended. Okay, they're suspended. I'm not sure that's enough, but they may be fine, especially if it's a hate crime. Especially if it's a hate crime, they'll get at least 2 weeks in jail. In Australia. We kill them. Let's look at this. Preserve the chat. I don't know how to do that. I don't think Australia has the testicular fortitude to deport them. I don't think I don't think they have what it takes to do that. They're too nice. They want to be careful, especially with that union. They don't want to be Islamophobic. And one thing I haven't heard yet. One thing I'm waiting to hear. Maybe it's happened, and I just haven't heard it. I haven't heard any Muslims, Australian Muslims, coming out and condemning what they said. I haven't heard Australian Muslims condemning what those guys said. I'm wondering if they're going. I wonder if they have. Let me just look. Like the Australian Muslim Association. But I haven't heard any Muslims from Australia condemning those guys. Condemn to Okay, you guys, I think this is going to be very painful to read this, but I'm just curious because I'm waiting to see if Muslims are going to condemn what they did, what they said. I mean, obviously our friend here doesn't condemn it. He's prominent Muslim leader makes bizarre comparison between anti-Semitic nurses and Sam Kerr. The face of Australia's largest Lebanese Muslim organization has made a strange comparison between the actions of healthcare workers who threatened to kill Israeli patients and Matilda's captain Sam Kerr, who called the policemen stupid and white.
We've seen the reaction at a federal level and at a state level from the Premier down. Joining me now is the Secretary of the Lebanese Muslim Association, Gamal Khair. Thanks so much for your time. What was your reaction?
Well, thanks for having me, first of all, Laura. Look, my reaction is as any fair, decent Australian would be. I mean, we condemn such hate speech, but I will not condemn the individuals. I don't think it serves any purpose to condemn them as individuals.
What the heck? I condemn what they said, but I don't condemn the individuals. What? What the heck does that mean? What does that mean?
We need to work in terms of an education process, but that sort of speech...
We need to work with an education process. What the heck? What the heck? Oh, man, you guys. Australia's not going to do nothing, you guys. They're just too wimpy. If they're interviewing this guy.
In that sort of department has no place in Australia. Everyone should feel safe going to a hospital. And, you know, that sort of hate speech in any form that it takes needs to be condemned rightfully.
Gamal, why won't you condemn the individuals? They have a special place in society as nurses.
Because...
Why won't you condemn? Look at this reporter saying, why won't you condemn them? They have a special place as nurses.
I believe in a due process. You know,
I believe in due process. They're saying these things on video in front of the universe, and
due process needs to take place. We either
due process needs to take place.
Uphold this democratic process that we
need to uphold the democratic process.
Value so much. You know, to condemn them personally serves no purpose other than to isolate them.
Oh, to isolate them. Shouldn't they be isolated since they want to kill patients? Give me a break, man. But I bet, you know what? Australia's not going to do nothing.
Has anyone checked on their mental health? Has
anyone checked their mental health? My goodness. Their mental health. Yappa yay, their mental health. Of course. What a load of crap. Oh my goodness. They're not going to do nothing in Australia, you guys. What a bunch of wimps.
Anyone checked on their welfare at the moment?
Check on their welfare at the moment. Check on their welfare at the moment. Check on their mental health. Do they need cookies?
You know, it's not to condemn the individuals. We need to help individuals.
We need to help the individuals who want to kill their patients. Yappa yay. This guy's making me sick, you guys. He's making me as sick as those two kids did.
We go in the process of rehabilitating prisoners who commit murder. We condemn their acts, but we don't throw them out. And we got to stop.
We don't throw them out. Really? What the heck is this? This is a Muslim?
This idea of, you know, condemning the individual without seeking to help them. The act is abhorrent. The speech is abhorrent, but the due process needs to take place.
The due process needs to take place.
It doesn't help when we have politicians and the media making political mileage out of such events. We need to resolve this issue through education.
But
We need
what's
to resolve this situation through education. He sounds like one of these wimpy, like European leftists. I wonder if he would say the same if it was the shoe was on the other foot. If it was Jews saying that about Muslims, if he would be saying this.
process? What do you mean by that? Because, I mean, it's pretty black and white.
Well, it isn't, Laura, because the media have the police.
It's pretty black and white. You know what? She's pretty smart. She's pretty smart. She's really, I'm surprised, because American reporters aren't usually this bold. But he's got that whole lefty thing, the whole victim card thing, PTSD and mental health. And
in your previous statement said that they are asking for an unedited version of that what took place. So what I'm saying is I'm not condoning the act or the
I'm not condoning the act.
Speech. Please don't misunderstand it.
Please don't misunderstand. Yes, you are.
What I'm asking for is let the police and the Department of Health do their due diligence and come to a conclusion where then we can all come to an agreement on how we proceed forward. It doesn't help at the moment when we're weaponizing this hate speech.
Weaponizing this hate speech? What the hell are you talking about? He's using every single left-wing victimization garbage talk. Wow. Australia needs a Donald Trump, you guys. Australia needs a Donald Trump. Dang.
We need to resolve it in an educated way.
In an educated way. Really?
At the moment, it's being used as political mileage. We have politicians lining after each other to go and express this abhorrent behavior. But
to express this abhorrent, is it not abhorrent behavior? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that sort of hate speech, whether it comes in the form of anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or the far right.
Islamophobia.
Has no place in Australia, and we need to address.
Yeah, well, this is Islam. It has no place in Australia.
It in a holistic approach.
Holistic. Oh, yeah, you really dug that one up.
Islamophobia and anti-Semitism doesn't seem to be on equal footing at the moment. Would you agree?
Well, can I suggest that's because the media and the politicians seem to be concentrating on one form of racism, which is abhorrent.
So can I just pick you up on that? Because I haven't seen any Muslim childcare centres firebombed. I haven't seen any Israeli nurses and doctors.
I'm glad to take you through the mosques and show you the mosques that have been targeted.
In the last 12 months?
In the last 12 months. I'm glad
what's happened there?
Take you there.
And who are they being targeted by? Jewish members of our community?
And I'm not asserting that. I mean, you're trying to frame it into a situation.
No, sorry, I'm not trying to frame anything. I'm just, we see these horrific attacks on the Jewish community.
I tell you what, man. I don't even want to watch any more of this. It's making me sick to my stomach. But that reporter is great. That reporter is great. That reporter is great, man. She's really going after him, and but it is making me sick. It's making me sick the way this guy's talking. And you know what? The Australian Muslims have been trained in Western victimization talk. They have been marinated in it, and they know how to use it better than Democrats, left-wing wackos. Really? Yeah. I really can't watch anymore. That guy makes me sick, man. So, she is a Jew? Yeah. Well, doesn't make a difference, but she's a good reporter, because she's saying, you know what, that Islamophobia and anti-Semitism are not on the same footing here. You're right, Abla. We need Jesus. He's the only answer for this. So thank you guys for hanging out. We actually made it to an hour, so I think that's enough. But dang. Just all right, you guys. Well, thank you for being with us tonight. And if you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. We love you, but much more importantly, he loves you. So have a great night, and go down memory lane here.